are there for each other in religious life. We are there to support each other. We're there to help each other find our direction and point us in new directions when we need it.
I now see spirituality in the relationships I form with people. And my formation with Redemptorist has really awakened me to that.
So let's begin with a prayer. And we ask the Lord to bless us and to make this a time of enlightenment in the sense of understanding the theme of apostolic community life and how we as Redemptorists are given that gift. So together, let us ask Mary.
We have a formal time that we call novitiate. And so that's where you would take a break from formal work life and formal study life. And it's more of a retreat year, where a person would study the history of our congregation, how we began and how we got to where we're at today. They would do a little bit more intense prayer under the direction of a novice master. And again, they would more deeply ask that question, do I feel called to dedicate my life to this?
So today we're going to talk about Redemptorist apostolic community. And we're going to note for ourselves how that's a little different from just the community life in the church in general.
Looking at our life as Redemptorists, I think community means a lot to us. We come together to pray, and we share the same task, like in terms of work, and we support each other in terms of like brothers. And when we come to experience the life that we live together, we always be in a situation that we carry on the spirit of St. Alphonsus in the type of work we are doing.
Okay. Now, Redemptorist life in particular is a community life, but it adds the notion of apostolic community. You go back from the Acts of the Apostles back into the Gospel of Mark, and you find when Jesus is calling his first disciples that this is really what the Redemptorists are trying to imitate. So maybe we'll read this. It's chapter 1 of Mark.
Jesus said to them, "Come after me, I will make you fishers of men." They immediately abandoned their nets and became his followers. When I think about Alphonsus and how he believes that there's that call to love Jesus and the call to help others to love Jesus. And when I think about the people we're called to minister to and minister with, a lot of these people, they know marginalization and know dehumanization and degradation, and they're often dismissed. I think Alphonsus was really recognizing that the need really was for getting people to recognize the way Jesus was already loving them. I, Kevin Zubel, resolve to continue with confidence to follow Christ, the Savior of the world, in the congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer. And so I renew my profession of chastity, of poverty, and of obedience. I do this so that apostolic charity may always increase in me and in the whole congregation for the good of the whole. We understand the vows not so much as a mark of distinction, but as the only way we could do our mission. The only way we can be completely available to each other in community, and the only way our community can be completely available to the people we're called to serve.
The vows we take, I think, helps us demonstrate our commitment to our relationship with Christ. We're not tied down by possessions. We're not tied down by a single relationship that prevents us having other relationships with others. And we're not tied down with the notion of I'm not available to go to somewhere or to do something that we may not have thought of for ourselves.
These fellows, they're often in their 20s or 30s, even their 40s or their 50s, and they've all pretty much had not only an education, but a career or 2 careers, and they are able to bring lots of talents and develop skills to our work as Redemptorists that we kids, when we went in, never had.
We come from various backgrounds, but we are one family in God. And if that message is part of gospel, saying it doesn't matter what continent, what language or culture, it doesn't matter. What matters is we are God's family.
You have almost nothing in common with people in community, but what you quickly realize is that the charism, the mission, that becomes the unifying force.